Hi there, welcome back to the DutchRC channel for another unboxing. Thank you for watching, of course. And this is a somewhat special unboxing, as this Tundra by Durafly / HobbyKing has not been released yet as of the time of this video. Yeah, I got this in from HobbyKing, and it is a highly anticipated plane, I should add. It is a high wing bush plane, I think. Let's see. As you can see, the box art is pretty nice again. Very nice job by Durafly. And over here you see that it has normal conventional landing gear. It also has floats to make it a seaplane. Those are included, and you can fit it with snow skis. Those are not included with the plane. HobbyKing does offer these skis though. And on the other side of the box we find some specifications. These are new to me as well, because like I said, it has not been released yet, this plane. Let me zoom into the features and specs for you. Hold on. The specifications. This plane has a wingspan of 1300 millimeters, 51.7 inches. That is quite big for a Durafly, isn't it? Most Duraflys are 1100 millimeters, so quite a big plane. Length is 1200 millimeters, flying weight just over 1 kilogram, and controls 5-channel. It has a 40 amp brushless ESC. The motor is a 3636 950 kV. And it comes with a, you'll see that in a minute, it comes with a very nice propeller, a carbon fiber 12x6 propeller. Oh, very nice. And it runs on a 1800 to 2200 milliampere 3S. That's a bit of a diversion from the latest models. It's not a 4S model. And let's see, yeah, it has a minimum of 5 channels. As you will see, you can add, for instance, a bomb drop or parachute drop feature to this plane. Okay, with these features, with these specifications, it is kind of a direct competitor of the Multiplex Fun Cup, isn't it? Yes, it is. And I know that Durafly's product manager has a Multiplex Fun Cup himself. So I guess he knows the shortcomings of that model, which is good news for this model here, I think. Alright, let's zoom out a little again. Hold on. Okay, well, ordinarily I just take everything out of the box off screen and then I show you what came out of the box. However, it might be informational to show you how well or, well, how badly. I think it's well packaged, but let me show you how it is packaged. That might be useful information for you. And the box was secured with tape, and at the bottom over here you see actually quite a few parts of balsa. At this moment I'm not sure what those are for. Probably to reinforce the bulkhead and the battery tray. Okay, and well, parts of the landing gear are in this bag, and the carbon fiber propeller, the wing struts. Yes, okay, I'll show you those in more detail in a minute. And let's see, how do I get the lid off? There we go. That was relatively painless. Okay, there's a lot of tape everywhere to hold everything in place, which of course is a good thing. And as you can see, everything is well packaged in foam. Oh, very nice. Yes, packaging looks very good. Okay, now I will take everything out of the box off screen and then I will show you what came out of this foam box. Hold on. Alrighty, the parts of this Durafly Tundra. These are, as you might have guessed, the two wings, the main wings, bottom side and the top side. And if you know the multiplex fun cup, you might recognize this setup for the flaps. It's not 100% the same, by the way, but this is a good setup for your flaps. This way, if you put them down almost or exactly 90 degrees, you've got some very nice air brakes. Very nice. And it might be a bit hard to see, but all control horns over here and over here, which are already installed, are fitted with ball links. Very nice, so no slop in those. The servos for the flaps and the ailerons have already been installed. And yeah, this will really be hard to show you. You might have noticed that there are no servo leads. Haha, where are the servo leads? Yeah, there is a 6-pin connector over here. And obviously also over here in the wings. And once we get to the fuselage, I'll show you what those slot into. And yeah, what more can I tell you? The finish is good. Decals have already been applied and they have been applied well. Yeah. And let me see. Yeah, the green part and this part, those aren't decals, that's spray paint. Very nice. It's a mix of decals and spray. Very nice. Okay, and on every foam model, be sure to loosen up these foam hinges, of course, before installing things. Always a good idea. Okay, the next part. The horizontal stabilizers and elevators. Two of them. Control horn already installed as well. These will slot into each other like so. And there is a carbon spar which will run through them. And as you can see, there's carbon reinforcement at the tip of each elevator. Very nice. And there is also a carbon tube running down the horizontal stabilizer up to here. That all looks very good. Of course, loosen up them hinges. There we go. Alright. Next thing you get is two floats. Yes, like I mentioned before, you can set this plane up to be a seaplane. Look quite big actually. Bigger than I had expected. I've had floats on my multiplex fun cup. These are bigger. Which, well, is not a positive or a negative thing. They have a step in them, as you can see, and water channels, which should make it get up on the water pretty quickly. Looks good to me. Obviously, I do not know how they will work out yet, but we'll find out in the future. Alrighty, the biggest part of this plane is obviously the fuselage. And here you can see the contract connector for those connectors at the wings. and that should obviously make it very handy to take the plane apart if it, for instance, doesn't fit into your plane, into your car. And again, decals have already been applied. And I'm happy to say, by the way, that it isn't a copy of the Multiplex Fun Cup. It really is a unique design, this, and maybe they learned from, well, the shortcomings of the Fun Cup. Let's see, yeah, you've got a hatch over here, and the ESC over there is already installed, as is the motor. And you've got a generous space to fit your electronics in. And yeah, it's very easy to get to everything. That is better than in the Fun Cup. Cool stuff. It gets even better though. There's another hatch over here through which you can get to the tail servos, which have already been installed as well. And over here, a bit hard to show you, but over here you've got, for instance, room for your receiver. And all servo leads have labels on them. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. So far I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. And by the way, this front hatch is held in on magnetically, very securely, and bit hard to see maybe, but this hatch has a plastic piece over here, so that if you take this cover off you don't crease the foam. Excellent. Okay, let's get to the tail part of the plane. The rudder is already installed, as you can see. Also a ball link for your rudder. Yes, that looks good. Bottom side. Am I in view, by the way? Bottom side, two generous air vents for your cooling. This mount over here is for when you use the floats. And over here is the mounting bracket for your main landing gear. Yeah, that looks fine to me so far. Again, some of the green parts on the fuselage and over here the grey area is spray painted, but there are also grey and green decals on the plane. Yep. Looks very good to me. Okie dokie, what more came with the plane? You get two quite big, as you can see, foam wheels. Just as on the Fun Cup, if you would want to run this plane from tarmac, a rough surface, I would suggest putting some Plastidip rubber around, just one layer of Plastidip around these tires. Otherwise, these are foam. Over time they will get damaged otherwise. Just one layer of Plastidip will prevent them from getting damaged. Okay, parts bags. Parts bags. Let me actually zoom in a little on those. Hold on. Okay, parts bag one. Let's spill everything out. You get one tail wheel. You get a screw driver. You get a bag of control links. As you might have noticed on the wings, the aileron and flap servos did not have these links on them yet, so you'll have to install those yourself. You get a bag of screws and more screws. I think the plane does not need any glue in assembly. And let's see, I think these are, I'm not sure, plastic pieces. What are they for? Maybe to secure the landing gear? I do not know yet, I have not looked into it. Some plastic scale detail things, no idea yet. And some pieces of Velcro to, for instance, strap down your battery and receiver. Okay, next bag, slightly bigger bag with more goodies. You get two aluminium wing struts. Now, I'm not a big fan of wing struts, but this plane being 1300 millimeters, it'll fit in most cars, I think. In that case, I'm not against wing struts. If I would have to take the plane apart in transport, I would not like wing struts. I am not completely sure if they are needed. I don't think so. I think they are mainly for looks. Okay, and what is this? Yeah, it's a metal bar. I'm not sure. Probably for the floats, to keep the floats from drifting apart. And whoa, really a lot of stuff for your landing gear. Main landing gear, I think. Yes, probably. And secondary, yeah, this one is probably only needed if you want to use the floats. So this is the back rest of the floats. And then we have this thing. I'm not sure. It'll probably be very apparent from the manual. I do not have a manual, by the way. That is probably the price of getting things sooner than most people. And yeah, this is probably a bit hard to see, but there are a few springs to attach to the landing gear to these plastic washers over here. And one of the gripes with the multiplex fun cup was that over time your landing gear will squat out. So these springs will probably help against that, which is very good, of course. Let's see what's more in this bag. Yeah, oh, there's more metal parts. I have not looked into the use of these metal parts. Again, I do not have a manual, but I'm sure it's not very complicated. This thing over here, this is your rudder, which will stick out from the tail of the plane. Obviously this rudder will only be useful when you want to use the plane on floats as a seaplane. Okay, and this is the biggest mystery so far for me. It is a Chinese wooden puzzle, that's what it is. I'm not sure, I have not really looked into what this could be. Probably a battery plate. And yeah, some reinforcements for probably for the front of the fuselage. Once again, I have not looked into it yet. Okay, and is this the last part? No, there is a piece of extra foam. Yes, let me get these things out of the way. This piece of foam fits onto the bottom over here. Maybe that is used to cover this hole so that you won't get water into the plane. I really do not know. I'll probably find out while assembling the plane what this is actually for. Alright, yeah, last part, a nice carbon fiber propeller. Very luxurious, I think, to get a carbon fiber propeller with a RTF plane. Nice, very nice. Okay, that was everything that came out of the box. Once again, like I said, I do not have a manual, but that won't be a problem. What I will do is assemble the plane off camera, and then I'll get back to you with problems or surprises I ran into. So hold on for that, I'll be back in a minute. Ta-da! We have ourselves a finished Tundra. Cool stuff. It took me exactly 20 minutes to assemble the plane. I have not set up my radio gear for it though, so that'll take another maybe 10 minutes, but needless to say, it is an easy build. The fit and finish was superb, really. No problems whatsoever. Not having a manual took me a few minutes to figure out how the landing gear was to be assembled, but well, even without a manual, no problem. And yeah, the landing gear has a nice amount of spring to it. Good stuff. One thing I didn't notice when unboxing it, you might have noticed a little groove in at the top over here. What is that for? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that it is for a tow hook to tow sailplanes. There is a square piece of plastic underneath this sticker over here, otherwise your tow line would rip through the foam, of course, but there's a piece of plastic underneath this hole to reinforce that part of the wing. That's a very nice option. It does not, let me check that. Now, it does not come with a servo for your tow release. So if you want to use that option, you will have to install that yourself. Now, I've given you a few minutes to figure out what this is. Have you guessed it by now? It is at least a FPV canopy. So you'll have to take this out, and this part over here will become the bottom of the FPV tray, and this will probably be the back over here. I haven't looked at it in detail, but that is what it is for. I also see I think this looks like a servo mount. Maybe that is for your tow hook assembly, I don't know. Or maybe for a camera swivel. Once the plane is released by HobbyKing, I'm sure there will be a manual online so we can see what it is for exactly. Alright, I have a few, like in 2 days of bad weather coming over here. After that I'm very anxious to try this plane out. I must say, it looks great. If you know my channel and me a little, you might know that after testing planes or cars and things, I sometimes sell them after, but this one, I can't see myself selling this plane anytime soon. It looks great. It looks more masculine than the Fun Cup as well. It is wider, the fuselage is wider than in the Fun Cup, the multiplex Fun Cup. That looks great. The color scheme, very nice. Yeah, so far no complaints whatsoever. Well, thank you for watching, of course. I hope it was somewhat informational and or entertaining for you. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see my flights with this Tundra, and hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye.